But as we go on, I just wanted to mention that, we hear Nigerians are very good, when it comes to that. And you are Nigerian. So maybe you should actually teach me, since we are friends. Yeah, teach me on how
Okay,
to
so first off,
Yeah.
let me correct the
Okay.
notion.
Yeah.
Nigerians are not good at it.
They're not good at, okay.
They are the best.
They are exactly, yes, they are
Just
those
put it
guys.
out there. Yeah. So I mean, I'll give you a practical example. For instance, in Nigeria as of now, we have
Mm,
kids who are out of school. They
mm,
dropped out of secondary education
yeah.
just because they're trying to focus on learning to be a scammer, right? They now live with bosses. So there's this maybe a guy who has an apartment that can house over 50 boys or
Yeah.
100 boys. Now, these
Yeah.
boys each have gadgets like a laptop and a phone, and they're
Mm,
being taught daily how to
mm,
scam, how to do online scamming, and how to
mm.
become very good at it. Now, any amount of money they're able to defraud from any of their victims, a portion of it goes to the boss, or all of it
Okay.
goes to the boss, and then the boss pays them a cut
Okay.
from it, right? So that's why I say Nigerians are actually the best when it comes to this, right? If you
Nigerians are the best at everything. You guys, I don't know what's wrong
use
with you
this for
people.
them,
That's why I fear Nigerians. You're the only Nigerian
you
friend
know,
I
we've
can,
still got the good ones
stand.
anyway. We have the very good ones. Like myself,
Okay.
for instance,
Mm,
let me tell you my story. I got into cybersecurity because
yeah.
I got scammed at a
Okay.
very young age in life, right? I just finished school. I was really interested in getting a good job because I
Yes.
wanted to prove to my parents that look, I could be the best kid they
Mm,
have who after school, get a good job immediately and whatnot. And
mm.
because of that drive, I
Yes.
was scammed. How was I scammed? Someone called me with the voice of an old man claiming that, hey, I'm resigning and I've got this job. I've got this quota to employ young people, and I got your information from someone. Are you interested
Mm,
in it? Oh, yes, I am. I am. Okay,
mm.
but the job is only available to people from this particular region of Nigeria.
Yes.
Are you from that region? Oh, unfortunately, I'm not from that region. I'm from this part that is close by. Okay,
Mm.
anyway, I can make it seem like you're from that region, but you need to pay this amount of money so I can get you the document that will show that you are from that region. Now,
Okay.
because I needed the job so badly, I didn't
Mm,
buy it. I trusted, sent the
mm.
money, and I stopped hearing from the person. Right.
Oh my God.
Since then,
Yeah.
even my first job, funny enough, my first job after that was to work in the bank, Access Bank Nigeria PLC.
Mm.
And I was in the settlement and reconciliation team, and that drove my interest in money laundering, anti-money laundering, and those kind of like online scammings and the likes. Yeah, because
Okay.
I was really pained by what happened to me, and I wanted to see how to help people not to fall into that kind of belly.
Now, Raymond, you as an tech, like IT specialist or
Yeah.
a guru or
Cybersecurity, yeah,
pro,
yeah.
yes? Yeah, to be, yes. I know you're still studying, but I'm sure you know quite a lot, apparently. What are some of the things you would advise us, like some of us, laymen like me, Samantha, what could we do to actually prevent some of those, romance scams when it comes to online
Um,
dating? What
I
what
really,
can
I,
we do?
I really wished I could make a demo.
Yeah.
That's- I wish I
Okay.
could make a demo because it's
Mm,
pretty easy. There's something called Google Dorking. It's
yeah.
DORK. If anybody's taking notes, you can always check that up. So
What
Google
did you say it's
Dorking,
called? Google
Google Dork, the
Google
Google
Doc.
DORK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can use that
Mm,
to make like informed searches on the internet, right? About
yeah.
information so you're trying to look out for, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also something called OSINT. That's
Yeah.
OSINT, right? It's an intelligence, open source intelligence. That's what OSINT means, open
Yeah.
source intelligence, right? Now, with
Okay.
OSINT, you can easily find information about anything, anybody,
Yeah.
and can safeguard yourself. Now, as a
Mm,
cybersecurity specialist, I'm already a specialist anyway, since I've already been certified.
okay.
Right?
Yes.
When we want to do a penetration testing, when we want to like test for vulnerabilities of a website, or we want to hack into somebody or a
Mm,
company, the very first thing we do is to do OSINT, right? Open source intelligence. We go to Google, we check any information that is available about this company, about this
yeah.
person that we can use.
Yeah.
I could guess your password, for instance, by knowing few details about you, like your age, your date of birth, your son's date of birth, your son's name. I could use those information and guess your password. It's not like going to be as easy as I say it, but then
Yeah.
anyway, if I get
But
some,
that's only if you know the person. If you know, like, for example, you know me, and then you know my son Jason was born at this time, you could
exactly,
try it.
exactly.
Okay.
This
But not
information,
for,
but
yeah.
this information are available online. You know that, right?
Yes, you're right.
The
Yes.
minute I get
Okay.
your name, I can
Mhm.
search for your social media and see you posted a child, a picture of
Yeah.
yourself and a child. I try to
Yeah.
find who's this child, what's the child's name, when was this
Yeah.
child born, and I'm sure you must have said happy birthday to my son,
Yes.
8 years old, 5 years old, and all of that. I
Yes.
could calculate, right? So all of this intelligence are open
Mm.
source, which can then be used to carry out hacking or unethical
Oh
hacking.
God.
So first
Okay.
thing first to
Yeah.
advise everybody
Mm.
is to monitor the amount of information you share online, because a
Mm.
lot of people are dedicated to getting this information and using it against you one way or
Yes.
the other, right? So
Yes.
let's say, for instance, you are into healthcare here, right?
Yeah.
And maybe your goal and your mission will be to own a healthcare company someday here in Finland. And
Mm.
maybe you posted about it one time and whatnot. And then someone
Mm.
comes to you saying they are interested in opening a company for healthcare. They give you a
Mm.
good business plan, interesting and all that, and make
Mm.
you feel that you can be a partner or even the
Yeah.
CEO of the company. But then your contribution doesn't have to be much. They tell you they
Yeah.
bring 80%, you bring 20%. Your 20% could be 40,000 euros, right? You never get
Yeah.
to see their 20%. You only see it on paper. But they
Yeah.
get to see your 20%, which you'll be sending to an account they give you in the trust that you're already part of the business, right? You see how
Mm.
open source intelligence can help scammers to scam someone.
Yes.
So that's how it works with online dating as well.
Okay.
Picture
I do not know. I do not know whether our viewers have actually got that, because you went so technical, you went so deep.
Yeah, I'm
But
trying not to be technical so
yes,
people don't get
yes, yes.
confused.
But
I
I
don't
think
want to
in brief, you try to tell us to be very careful when it comes to the information we put out there on social media.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's to the layman. I think that's what we can take from your package. It was so like
Yeah.
technical.
Another thing I
Yeah.
would also suggest would be
Mm,
making sure you do your own research, right? If
yeah.
someone reaches out to you and all
Mm,
of a sudden the person is trying to be friendly,
yeah.
caring and all that, and the person is
Mm,
pushing towards love discussions,
yes.
even if they are disposed at the moment for love, still
Yeah.
try to verify who the person is. Request for a video call. Now
Yes.
now is the advent of AI, artificial
Yes.
intelligence. So you cannot really tell what is real and what is not real. So if you ask the person for a picture, the person
Mm,
or a video, the person could make a video for you using artificial intelligence with the face
mm,
you know. So a
yes.
face that the person uses as a cover picture can be used to create, like, for instance, a video of the person
Yes.
saying your name,
Yeah.
talking to you, and whatnot. And there are some voice changing applications as well. So you don't
Yes.
really get to know whose voice it is and whatnot. And then in the long run, you end up trusting the person, but always request for a video call, live
Okay.
video call.
Okay.
Now, that way,
Yeah.
if you notice the person is telling you things like, I'm not in a good place to talk now, my
Yeah.
camera is bad, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get a new phone, scammer.
Yes, you're
Scammer.
very right. So we should always watch out for the red flags, guys. Let's be smart. Online dating is the in thing. It's a thing to do for everyone out there. You could try it, but remember, be smart, be wise. Be alert, and watch out for all the slight red flags that someone might be showing out there. But all in all, give it a try. It is a good thing. Back to our viewers, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. We are still on Eurofarm Uganda. And I want to go back to Facebook and read a few comments that we have got. There's a gentleman here, Karpo Mietinen. He says that a big challenge is that the hectic pace and lack of transparency. People looking for the same things don't easily find each other. However, he was incredibly lucky and found his future wife to be through that. Big ups to you, Capo. Yeah. By the way, Capo is one of my personal people. And so allow me to say hi, my regards to you, more hugs. And congratulations to you for finding your future wife through online dating. We have a one triple K, Owen Chima, who says that because we are abroad, dating is the only option we have, but many of us have failed to to meet serious people online. I passed through a depression because of one lady I met in a dating WhatsApp group. And now I'm on a break till all this year. Maybe next year I will try again. I'm very sorry to hear that, Triple K Owenchima. Our sympathies and our thoughts go out to you. We hope next time you actually meet the right person, and we hope God, tries to help you meet the right person for you. Yeah, but don't give up. Like we said earlier, we have cases here of Jennifer Lopez. We have a very Onzari, just keep trying until you find that right person. And then we have another message here still from Karpo from Finland, who says that dating online is a savior of those who work and do a lot of sports. Partying is not particularly useful because it has a lot of negative effects on everyday life. I don't meet women during my hobbies. Yeah, he says online dating contains a lot of problems, big challenges, and often seems to be completely hopeless. But personally, I see it as something that is hard to ignore, and there's no better option available. Okay, so Carpo says that regardless of the fact that it has its challenges and it's very hard to find the right person, he says that apparently it is the best option that we have. Thank you very much to all our viewers, all the people tuned in. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for your comments. We do appreciate, and please keep them coming. Yes, we are still here on Eurofront Uganda, where we connect with peers, and right now we are still talking about romance scams as a result of online dating. Before we proceed,
Madam Samantha,
yes.
I want to say something about the way Mr. Raymond talked about how they scam people.
Okay. Yes.
He was talking about the general scamming, but I've heard of scenarios in the romance scam where someone, because the profile is set where you are, the kind of person you want. I mean, you do sports, and this person is like, you want someone. I have children. I don't need a child. I work in this thing. I am an IT personnel. I have a house. I work with this company. So someone might use that information and Google you. Because remember, sometimes when you put out, nowadays they want real information, as Mr. Raymond told us, they have put it like you don't fake. You may not be able to fake yourself. So someone can use that information and put it in Google. That person will know where you work, how much you earn, and then that person can impersonate herself or himself to create a profile that you really need or you want to fall in love with intentions of just coming and scam you. So that's how it works on dating app. Like the people, they'll get exactly what you need, the kind of job you have, and now Google puts it up how much money you earn in the minimum and the minimum wage salary of that kind of job. So this person comes and is coming just for that. So I think gathering that information, and then they use it to craft themselves into the person you want. The person they want you to fall in love with. So that's how that's how scam happens on online dating. Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
And what would you say about that? Would you like to supplement on what Jolene just said when it comes to romance scams?
And then someone else. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And then before this, they used to ask people to send their pictures, their private pictures. And when that person right now you can send your private picture, but good enough, you can't download it and you can't screenshot it. But before, people could download it and just save them. So that person would use those pictures and blackmail them and be like, if you don't give me this kind of money, if you don't buy me this, I'm going to send this to your wife. I'm gonna send this to your kids. I'm gonna put it on my session, or I'm gonna put it out there and you're gonna be ashamed. So those are some of the things that people have used to scam romance.
Yeah, to comment on the one-time click, like the restriction from downloading a picture, I think that started off when in the social media app, Snapchat, right? Where you only view the picture once, you cannot download it, you cannot save it. Yeah, I mean that worked to some extent, but then again, people have two phones and all that. So if you send the picture of one-time view or a video of one-time view, the person could use a second phone to um, view or to record it and have a copy of it. So it really doesn't save us of our privacy in the long run, even if we use the one-time view or one-time click of a video.
Okay. Jojo, are you contented? Are you satisfied? Or would you like
if I would advise,
yeah,
don't even send your and don't save it on your phone. Don't save it on your phone because there is a way that we can retrieve it, right? There's some forensic applications or forensic software tools that we can use to get deleted photos. So if you have a phone and you delete a photo from it, if you give that phone to me, I can still I can get that picture back, even though you deleted it. As far as you've not overwritten it.
We are dead.
So when you use a device or when you use any technological device, be careful of the amount of data you create, right? You need to take that picture of yourself, your body, oh yeah, it's on my phone, nobody sees it, you're married, and then you delete it. Or you do a one-time view, send it to someone you really love or care about. Now the person maybe doesn't download it or doesn't record with a different phone and whatnot. But whatever the case is, even if you delete it from your phone, it is still there. It is still there. So it's better not to create it in the first place. If the person wants to see you, the person should come and see you in the place, and that's the best way to go about it. Rather than creating.
But nowadays tickets are very expensive. Oh my God.
So
continue.
Okay. So just commenting on what Raymond said, yeah, this is actually a caution to ladies, especially. Ladies tend to fall so much in love, and usually when they do that, they tend to be a little bit stupid. They don't think with their brains, yeah, but they just act because they're so into this person. Please and please and please, do not take nude pictures to send to anyone, no matter how much you like this guy. The guy
Samantha.
Please send me some nude pics. Tell the person you want to see me fly over. Yeah, tell the person.
Samantha. That can happen with someone that you're just getting to know. But now we are in relationships that are long distance. You understand?
No, it doesn't matter, Jolene, it doesn't matter. Even if you've been with somebody for 30 years, yeah, and the person is your husband, I can never send any compromising pic through my phone. Never. Caution, do not do that. If you really miss the person so much, just tell the person to buy you a ticket and fly over to them. Yeah? Do not send any compromising. Or still, at least wear a bikini. Put on a bikini, two-piece. Have a bikini, a bra on, and a lot of noise coming from inside or from Raymond's side. Jojo. Okay, I think it was Jolene's side. Yeah, I was saying that no matter how much you want to do that, please do not. Yeah, just at least wear something, put on a swimsuit, and then take a semi-nude, but do not ever send any nude picture to anyone, even if they buy you a jet. Well, that is just my guess. I hope all ladies could learn from that, because it does more harm than good, honestly speaking, if you actually do that. And it's not worth it. Nobody is worth, having you do that. So yes, before we move on, I just want to send shout outs to all my co-hosts on Eurofarm Uganda, wherever you are. We are here and you are in vote. Big ups to Esther, our boss Moses Mugisha. We do appreciate you and we thank you for all the work that you are doing. Moses is right now behind the scenes. He's the man behind the machines and would like to say thank you for making this happen. You are the reason that Eurofarm is here and we do interact with peers. On top of that, we have Jolene Nasali, who is here with us. Jolene, thanks for coming onto the show to actually like bridge the gap that has been led by Nicole Nandi, who was supposed to be here today, but due to unavoidable circumstances, she was unable to be here. And then we also have Smoggy John Remy, all the way in Denmark. Those of you that know him, I call him my big brother. Smoggy, thanks for watching and thanks for all your comments. We have a lady called Janat Nagolola, who also happens to be a Mind Your Child coach, sorry. Janat Nagolola is based in Uganda and she has a company, or she runs a company that is that deals with coaching children. It's called Mind Your Child Uganda. She is also responsible for the beautiful flyers that we have here on Eurofarm Uganda. Whenever you see them on Facebook or TikTok, those are all done by Janat. So Janat, we do appreciate you. Thanks for the wonderful work that you do for us on behalf of Eurofarm Uganda. And then lastly, we have Irene, what is Irene? Naluo. I think she's called Irene Naluo. Yes, in Uganda. She's also one of our co-hosts on Eurofarm, and not forgetting another gentleman called Gibson Umuhumuza. He has a very hard name. It always kind of gives me difficulties because it's usually Muhumuza, but his is Muhumuza, something like that. But yes, we are still on Eurofarm Uganda. We're about to wrap up our show. But before we do that, let's continue briefly. And here is the moving on question. Allow me go to some of the challenges and risks, yeah? And I'm going to ask our lady here. Jolene, what do you think are the common challenges and frustrations people experience when it comes to online dating? What are some of the challenges or frustrations that people get when it comes to online dating?
When there's just, okay, like, let me get this clear. When they're just starting to date, or
yes,
the relationships they get from dating, from those online?
No, when they are beginning the relationships, when they are trying to get to know people, what are some of those challenges or frustrations that people go through? That process of just getting to know Jolene, who is in Sweden, and you're there communicating with her, sending messages.
Actually, the challenge, or during, I mean, at the beginning of when you're just still on the app, it is quite easy because it's just your phone.
Yeah.
And your app, you're just writing first to and fro, and maybe it is just time wasting. Like, you can be having like 5 people you're trying to talk to, and then that is like, you have to take all your brains are supposed to be busy to answer each and every person. So it is time consuming. Okay. As a matter of fact, it is time consuming and it is stressful. And then there are those people that how do they call them? These people that their social behaviors over, how do they call them? Like, can I put this word in Luganda? I don't know how that is. I can say it.
Bad-mannered.
Yeah, bad-mannered people. Like, someone can come into your inbox and that person is vulgar. He may or she may body shame you. You understand? And to the side of the man, someone may like you. I mean, a man may click a woman, and instead of a woman being like just not ignoring that person, will come and be like, I'm not looking for someone who is 168 centimeters. I want someone who is 178. That is body shaming. So it is stressing. imagine someone out there, that person you're answering that kind of rude, like the person you're talking to rudely, that person may be going through some emotional breakdown and is trying to pick up himself to just find himself again. So
yeah,
sometimes it is embarrassing, even when you want, like, to a woman, you may like someone,
yeah.
and you click that person, and that person doesn't reply you. I mean, you go back to that profile and check it, and this person just left your chat.
Yeah.
So it is there is how it demoralizes you sometimes, and then when it goes to just dressing up and appear for those dates, oh my God, you have to appear every appointment, and if you're not lucky enough, you may even spend like 6 months at least going out to those dates, and you feel like, I'm exhausted, I'm not trying to find my right person. And so, like, and when you go back to the other thing of the original way of dating, like, you could meet someone, hang out with that person, like, you can come from your friends, and then things just flow. But now here you're meeting someone online, you even don't know who is that person, who the person behind it. And like as Raymond said, some people actually no, one of I think it was Smoggy or Badigis and Mr. Badigis said, like, people lie in their profile. Like, you can go and find some guy put a picture of him when he was like 35, and he looks 35, but his profile says he's 60. And when you meet this person, you're like, what the heck? Why did I leave my house?
Yeah.
So it is stressing. It is frustrating.
Yeah.
At the beginning, like, just that stage. And the thing, when you go out and you're not finding your match, it's also disappointing. You feel like, okay, when is this going to start? When is this going to stop? And
Jerry, I'm sorry for the interruption, but I just want you to, to clarify on this one. When it comes to online dating, people that actually go to meet the other person, like in person, who pays, who foots the bill? Is it a 50-50 thing, or is it the person that initiated, the man,
Those are all the problems people find there, because you may go, can you stop? You may go out, like someone says, can we meet for a dinner? And then, fun enough, like, we girls, like me, from my culture, I believe in being treated as a queen from the beginning. So I may ask for our first date in a very poshy hotel or an expensive dinner, knowing that, okay, this person works here, he has the money, he's there, he owns a house, he's there, he's a pensioner, whatever you read. And you go there, walk into that hotel, ask for your meal, and all of a sudden someone puts the bomb on you. It's like, separate the bills. I'd be like, I got out of my house. Yeah, you got to pay your bills. And you feel like, I have spent a lot of time just chatting with you, and some people, you can chat with them and they spend like 2 months without them fixing an appointment.
Okay.
Because sometimes those people are time wasters.
So it's basically time consuming, it's exhausting.
Time consuming, it is emotional draining. Imagine a woman just falling in love with this person, falling in love with a profile, not a person, because you've not met someone. And you start fantasizing, but this person never comes out to meet you. And there's this thing that some people, like men are not good at social media, like any app. Like, even when you look at some men are not good at Facebook or TikTok. They're lazy to just go back and answer questions, because some of them already have routines. They're doing gym, they have work, they have families, they have friends, they drink. And we women, we are good at that. When you want something, you feel like, I need to get this. We do not give ourselves time to process things. So you may go and connect with someone, and that person does not fix an appointment. That is disappointing. You are much their heart before even meeting someone. And then when you walk to that person, you're expecting someone that was the pictures that were on the profile, and then you find a father to this person or a mother to this person. You're like, okay, why did I come out here?
Okay,
it is cold. You feel so disappointed. And when you sit down on a chat with, like, on a dinner with someone, or for the first meeting, the conversation, some people are rude, some people are so arrogant. Okay, the online dating is good, but sometimes when you find someone, you feel like I will never go back there. Because it's not just walking to that dating app and click and find your person. You have to go through the process of meeting them, connecting with them, explaining yourself. Someone can put you in an interview over the phone. I mean, over your own phone profile. Why did you come? Like we Africans, why did you come to this country? Why did you leave your country? And be like, okay, are you coming to me for love, or you coming to me to do a research of why Africans are coming to Europe?
Yes.
So it is sometimes embarrassing. Those are some of the challenges we face.
Yes.
Because I'm a victim.
Thank you very much. They were really very clear. I don't even need to go through anything that you have said because you were loud and clear. Raymond, the next one is to you. But just before I ask you your question, do you think you would like to add on to what Jolene said? Do you want to add and give us some challenges or frustrations that people go through when it comes to online dating?
Well, I mean, she has spoken well. She has given a holistic view of the whole scenario, right? When it comes to the adverse effect it brings in people, the stress, mental stress, emotional dilemma, and the like. So she pretty much covered everything.
Yeah. All right. So then take us through this next one that says that are relationships that begin online more or less likely to succeed compared to those that start offline? If so, why do you think? Why do you think that?
Well, it's relative. It depends on the participants, right? So if the offline participants are really interested in making it work out, then it will work out. It will be successful. But in terms of historical data, it's more or less like the offline working out more than the online, because the online, first off, there's this barrier, right? And by online, I try to ensure the baseline is the fact that they are not close to each other at the time. So the first met online, and some successfully transferred it offline, while others had the rinse and repeat, wherein the person ghosted after a while, or maybe the person didn't keep up with the lies and be deceived, knowing that this person is way smarter than them, right? So while sometimes it gets to work out, but it will be in a ratio ideally not backed up by data, so don't quote me. It will be in a ratio of like, let's say 60-40, 70-30 in terms of the offline being more being able to work out more in comparison to the online dating. Right?
Okay. Yeah. We have a comment here from Facebook that says that Smoggy John Remy says that another challenge we might get is we might run short of data or poor internet connection. Since it is online dating, he says that that's one of the challenges. Data, lack of data or poor internet connection. You're very right, and this actually happens so much with people that live back home in Africa. Whenever you call them, it keeps, like breaking. It's always breaking, poor connection. I'm like, oh, geez, you can't hear anything.
Time difference could be another issue as well.
Beg your pardon? What did you say?
Time difference. Time
difference as well. Okay.
Because if the person is in a country of a different time zone than yours, then it's difficult to keep up to speed. If the person's working hours are your sleeping hours, and your sleeping hours are the person's working hours, so that could also be another constraint. But then again, if both parties decide to work it out and get a baseline, it would still be able to work out.
Yes. Okay. And then Raymond.
Yes.
You as an expert, what are some legal actions that can be taken against perpetrators of romance scams, and how effective are these measures?
Okay, so in a country or in a continent like Africa, I don't know if these laws are really active. Now, I'll give you an instance. So, firstly, in Europe, there's something called GDPR, which protects the information or privacy law or privacy information of European Union residents, citizens, and the likes, right? But then again, in Africa, there would be such laws. Like, for instance, in Nigeria, there's NDPR, but these are not really carried out because if you go ahead to, I'll just give you context on social media. If you insult someone, for instance, speak ill of someone, defame someone, there are
Yeah.
laws that makes you culpable if found guilty, right? But these are not laws that really work in Africa, right? But in other parts of the world, it works, right? So in context to your question, I would say there are laws that can protect, but it depends on the continent wherein it's either being activated or not. But the first level of security or protection should come from the user themselves, right? Instead of waiting to need the government or the law of the land to protect you afterwards, losing your emotional, losing emotionally, financially, and in all ramifications, you can start
Yeah.
by protecting yourself initially from getting
Yeah.
into that web of scam or web of mental stress by this online dating. So limit what you share again, limit what you
Yeah.
share, and also try to be as vigilant as possible. Keep your guard up. Don't easily just let go because of maybe you are in dire need of love or dire need of care and the likes. Yeah,
Yeah.
still keep your guard up. Be constructive in your skepticism, right?
Yeah.
Always be skeptical. Okay, so there's something as I was a kid called zero trust, right? It means don't trust anybody. Even if I put in my password and my username and they are correct, there's still something called second factor authentication. Now that second
Mm.
factor is another layer of security. And then after you put in the second factor, let's say a PIN code, there's something called multiple factor, which will include maybe your fingerprint, your retina scanning, and all that. So all of this in context is helping you to get extra layers of security, right? So secure yourself first, protect yourself first. And then there are other laws that, depending on the continent, like I said, that can also protect you if you lose anything in the process. It could
Yeah.
be free. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, very well said, Raymond. I love everything that you have said, but I loved one, most, and that was the zero trust. I always tell people that I don't trust people.
Yeah,
Actually,
you tell me
I
that every
only
time.
trust myself. So yeah, that is something to take to take note of. Remember not to trust anyone, not your spouse, not your brother, not your sister, but trust yourself. Yeah. And then he also said that much as online dating has been very helpful, you should be alert, be mindful, and remember not to be desperate. Yeah. Use a different word, but I'm going to call it desperacy. Yeah. Do not be desperate enough to actually go beyond. Don't go beyond your boundaries. Yeah. If it is online dating, stick to the rules. Do not send people content that you shouldn't send, like it is said lately. And then lastly, he said that remember that you are your own protector. Much as the government might instill certain laws or guidelines to help, you should protect yourself. And protect yourself by not sending anything that might cause, injustice or that might be harmful to you in future. Yes,
just
go
another
ahead,
thing.
Raymond.
Yeah, just another thing. Also, there's something called drive-by downloads where hackers or scammers could gain privilege escalation access to your devices, like your mobile device or laptop, just because you clicked on a link. So be careful of links as well. If someone tells you, hey, I'm going for this competition, I need you to vote for me, and the person gives you a link, by clicking that link, you might be clicking away your right to own your device, right? So what happens is they come into your system just because you have clicked that link and gain persistence, wherein they can be there and you wouldn't notice they're there. Now there's something called keylogger. What keylogger does is it monitors all your keystrokes, everything you type, including your username, your password, and it sends it to them once every maybe 24 hours or twice in a day so that you won't notice something is leaving your device. Yeah. So these are all activities that the scammer can carry out and without your knowledge. So like Samantha has reiterated, don't share things that should not be shared. Also, don't click on links just because they were sent to you. Make sure you verify that the links are correct or accurate, or tell the person, how else can I find this link? Can I search the website instead of clicking the link? Yeah, because you could click a link now. For instance, I send you a link and you click on
Yeah.
that link. It tells you to log into Instagram. Now that's my
Yeah.
own Instagram page, and I've shared you a fake
Yeah.
one. Once you put in your details, it redirects you to the real Instagram to put in your details again. The details you put in initially, I already have access to them. Now you are logging into Instagram, it's taking you to Instagram, you're logging in, you think everything is fine, but I already have your password. When you're sleeping, I log into your Instagram, change the password, and I now own your Instagram. Those are another common scams that could happen from romance scamming, right? Because you trust the person already, and the person is like, hey, look at this
Yeah.
link, you need to look through it, and you click on it. Or the person says, hey, this is a file, a Google Doc file, or maybe a Word document. You click on it, it already has like some payloads or a script that can affect your device without you knowing. So be extremely careful with how you click things, how you
Yeah.
share, and who you trust.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much, Raymond, for that submission. And guys, I hope you have all heard it. You made it very, very precise and very clear. I will ask them as we wrap up to just give us summary, or give us in brief, what we've been talking about. However, before they do that, I want to let all of you know that we are still talking about romance comes as a result of online dating. So we are talking matters of the heart. And this is something that we all love. Yeah, we're talking about love. And that is because we are loved and we love to love, and we have people that love us. So please keep the comments coming, even though we are getting to the end of our show today. With love, we could talk until the next day, but they always say that even good things come to an end. So yes, we are getting to the end of this show. But before we do that, allow me to read a comment here from one Annette Kiza, running back, who says that dating offline is hard and dating online is hard. You just have to choose your hard. You just have to choose your hard. Generally, people are more cynical and impatient in our generation than before. Instead of fixing an issue, they break up or they block. Online dating gives one the opportunity to get quickly to the point because conversation seems to move quickly to important issues compared to physical dating. And to her, that saves time. So yes, Kiza, Annette Kiza, thank you very much for your submission, for your input. I do agree with you. And I would like to say that, yeah, when it comes to online dating, you always go ahead and ask people because all you're doing is chatting, online. So you are able to actually know someone inside out or know the person to a very, very big percentage in probably just a few or a number of days compared to the physical meetups where you have to go meet somebody and then talk about one beat and then the next time talk about another. So yeah, we do appreciate your comment. Thank you very much for tuning in. And then lastly, we have Abu Matovo, who says that Bulaya love is a scam. Bulaya, Raymond, means abroad, yeah? So Abu Matovo is simply saying that love abroad is a scam. And people marry each other because of bills. Yeah, so good. Okay, he says that people abroad marry each other because of bills, and that I think he's referring to the convenience, of living with someone. When you're out here, you get somebody, even though you don't actually love them, you might be forced to staying with them so that you have shared costs. Yeah, and in turn, your bills are lighter. Yeah. And then he also says that online or offline, it's just situationship. Okay. Now, situationship is also another term or another topic for another day. We'll talk about that probably some other time. But for now, I'm going to request Raymond and Joreen, if you're still online, to just give us a wrap up. Raymond, kindly go through for us, the viewers, or for our viewers out there, just the main points that we've taken from today's discussion. And the discussion was romance comes as a result of online dating. What are those key factors? What are the take homes that people can actually pick from today's discussion?
Okay, so in order not to sound recursive, I'll just state
Yes.
just highlights of what we've discussed so far. So when it comes to online dating, the key things you should look out for to safeguard yourself is, who is this person for real, not who the person is showing you to be. Right? By you can do that by open source intelligence scanning of the person's details, or reverse image engineering by Google, which is possible. You can search the image of the person, and then it shows you whoever is bearing that name. Ask the person for their real name first, and then cross-reference that real name with the name of the images you see online. And then possibly you'll be having links as well to social media pages. Click on those social media pages to check if those people that those images relate to the image of the person. Cross-reference, do your own research, very important. And then finally, don't click on unnecessary links. Don't share information that you would not be proud of tomorrow if they get leaked or exposed, right? So basically, that sums up the whole discourse on safeguarding yourself when it comes to online dating or social media as a whole.
All right. There you go. And just to make an addition onto what Raymond has said, I'm just going to say or add my voice onto the fact that, like he said, be very, very keen on who you are giving your information to. Do not give too much. Do not reveal too much. Reveal just what is enough until you know this person very, very well. And then lastly, do not trust anyone. Yeah, remember to always be your own trust, and do not give in to lies that people might just bring up because you are desperate for love. We know that love is sweet, and we all need to be loved. However, do not show a lot of desperation, because through that, you might actually land yourself into deeper problems. So as we wrap up our show, I just want to remind you all that we are here on Euroforum Uganda, and I have been Samantha Elf, your host today. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. And before we go off, I just want to remind you that we have Janat Nagolala in Uganda, who happens to be a coach at Mind Your Child. So if any of you have issues with your children and you would like to get more knowledge or information on how to train your children, please visit Mind Your Child Uganda. And also feel free to give her gigs, graphic gigs, because she is good at that as well. She is the person behind the Euroforum flyers. Yes. To you all, we thank you for being here. Raymond, thank you very much for your time. I will allow you to say your final remarks. Greetings, shout outs to anyone out there before I say the final remarks.
Okay, thank you very much for the platform, for the opportunity to share my little knowledge as well. And I hope the listeners will take it into consideration and also start making educated choices as to how they move forward with this course.